All right. Okay, officially live now. All good. Roby, are you connected? You hearing us? At least I'll do some troubleshooting there. And then, Cobalt, did you want to import your character that you used, the pre-gen, or did you want me to use the same one that you probably had used?
It's kind of a moot point at this stage because I've had to relaunch Fantasy Grounds. So I don't know. I've been getting issues with it connecting in fast. So it came in fast last time, and now it's like doing file list again. So give it a minute.
Okay,
I should have interface good to go.
Okay. Yeah, I see it connecting on my side. So we got some brand new Fantasy Grounds players. So we're gonna start with kind of going around the VTT here and just talking about the interface and where everything's kind of stored at. So this will I don't know, Roby, I know you're getting caught up. So hopefully you can kind of follow along and watch. So if you can see on my stream for now, you watch what I'm doing. And I'm going to work my way kind of counterclockwise in Fantasy Grounds to show you guys how to use some of these features. So first things first is kind of quality of life things. So we're going to start in this chat window. And what Fantasy Grounds does, one of the things it does, it has this thing called slash commands. So if you do /, you'll see various slash commands. Some are the VTT specific, or others are rule set specific. And they'll be familiar if you've done other VTTs or MMOs, you do emotes and stuff like that. But there's one called, I'm going to put a period in front of this, and it's called scale. Yeah, scale UI, and then 100. So our default scale in Fantasy Grounds is 100, and it works for some, but not most. And when I'm talking about the quality of life, if this text and stuff is too small for you, you want to go up in your scale. So typing that / command, starting at the /, not the, just drop the period, you / scale UI space. And if you go up to like 110, right, the screen will get bigger. And it goes up and up, but I don't want to give you the high number, because if you go too far and it blows up your screen, and you won't be able to see your chat window, you won't be able to bring it back down without leaving Fantasy Grounds. I know I play at about 120. I'm going to do a scale right now just for the stream so people can see what I'm talking about. So that's the default is 100. That's too sharp for me. I got to wear readers if I'm doing that. I'm usually around 120. That's where I play at. You guys may also be playing on a like a 4K TV, in which case you got to go the other way. You're going to start go down to 90. And it doesn't have to be in a whole number. It could be whatever, it could be your magic number might be 136. I just like increments of 10. You'll see the noticeable differences as you kind of fine tune it.
Yeah.
Is that making sense to you guys?
Yeah, I just changed mine to 120.
Okay. So, move on. I have to readjust later when we start playing too, and it gets a little bit more obvious. But beneath the chat window, also in chat, you could actually select your language. So if you guys need to have conversations where you want the other person on your table knowing that you're having a conversation, but you want to try to see if they don't understand you could use this. I don't know. Nobody knows demonic at this table, right? But you guys know somebody spoken demonic. So that's kind of neat. Beneath the chat window is the modifier stack. So you'll see if you hover over these buttons, they'll give you that tooltip. Off G, the big one, it will put the -2 circumstance bonus on your target before you roll the hit. So if you're flanking somebody, right, you'll hit the off G before you make your attack roll, and your target's armor class will be at a -2. So I know we have crit here. You don't technically have to worry about crit often. This is more if a dice roll has to get modified. Fantasy Grounds will automate. If it registers a critical hit in the chat window, the next die roll will be a critical. You don't have to hit the button. But if you roll dice out of, say you rolled a hit and you're like, oh yeah, I want to make a skill check real quick, it may lose that registered crit because they got cleared out. So then you'll have to come back and hit the crit button and then roll it. But I mean, at the end of the day, we're still pen and paper. You can still pick up a die and roll it on Fantasy Grounds. You can right click it and it'll bring up if I need to roll 3d6, right? It does that kind of thing. I mean, you get the whole KFC bucket. You could let me grab one. You grab 20, and if you're holding it, you can keep right clicking and just keep adding dice to this thing, and then roll that sucker. So again, we're going to try to work off the character sheets for the automation because the dice rolls are stored in your actions. But I just wanted to show that off. And then if you do any manual override the modifier, you'll just left click in here, type in your modifier, and it'll apply it to your next die roll. So pretty slick there for the automation. If you're watching my stream, you guys don't see this, but I will set DCs back here on the background. And I'll try to keep up. If you're faster than me in setting them, then we'll just whatever the DC really is. You don't have to really follow the chat. But if you tell me ahead of time what you're rolling and give me a second for me to set the DC for that, that'd be nice, right? That way we could do the automation on it.
All right.
Yeah. So then moving on to the kind of more counterclockwise to the right side, let's go all the way up to the top underneath tool over here in the upper right. So our combat tracker is our bread and butter. We don't have characters there yet. And this will show us our initiative steps. This is where I'll put NPCs for you to beat up on. It tells us who we're targeting. It tells us the effects that are ongoing on opponents and on yourself, things like that. It'll make more sense when you're actually in a combat. But I do want to point out this combat tracker window takes up real estate, which is all VTTs have this curse, right? So with that open, a character sheet open, and a battle map open, and the dice, you're just trying to check the chat. Things fill up quickly. So you could actually play without a combat tracker in Fantasy Grounds, and you could use what they call the combat tabletop list. It goes in like a carousel now of initiative step order. So as more people get loaded in that combat tracker, it'll start stretching out, and then you just start cycling through combat, right? People end in their turns. So again, it'll be more intuitive once we actually have a combat. But Fantasy Grounds is kind of doing all this for us.
All right.
And I'm going to flip back to the party view. This is what I play in. Next to the combat tracker is the party sheet. It's like the 3 silhouetted humanoids, or like bowling pins. There's actually a lot of information. You may not see everything I'm seeing because I'm not sure if I shared all of this. I can though. But we'll also see exploration activities from this view as a single view. You can set it in Fantasy Grounds. So if you have a default exploration activity, you could set it when you have your character sheet loaded, and then that'll be what it is unless you tell me otherwise. And then if there's no question, like I need you to set your exploration activities, I just assume it's whatever the last thing you set it to was. So that's nice. I could force skill rolls on everybody from here. You guys won't use that. Inventory, this is where I'll drop loot and stuff for you to pick up. They come in as parcels, and I could distribute coinage evenly through the party. It's pretty slick. We could set our marching order in the order tab, or sleeping order, or whatever it is. And actually, if we put them in this formation, I could drag you to a map, and you'll be in that order. It's pretty neat. And then the XP tab, it's not something, if I recall, players have, but it's moot for this campaign because we're milestone based for this campaign. There's a XP track or progression track. I forget what they call it in the APs, but at certain points it says players should be at X level. So we're going to follow that. All right, still in the tools, you guys. This is the fun one. It's the dice. Fantasy Grounds. If you guys aren't excited about the physics of this dice engine, you also have agency to change the dice color. Right now, you guys probably got black and white. You could change it through the palette, the body, and the text. But you also have what they have called elemental basics. Everybody gets this with Fantasy Grounds. These are kind of like your chess X dice, or even some animated ones. And then if you're a dice goblin like me and Kobold, I'm gonna stretch and say you probably are too. Then you have all kinds of dice packs that we have from Fantasy Grounds.
That's pretty cool.
I'll run with that one. You guys keeping up so far? This all making sense?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Nice. Yeah. Let's get to start flicking those dice out. See what you got. Next, underneath live. Oh no. Let's say in options. Well, this is kind of boring, but all right. In options, there's a couple things I want you to set, and then I'm going to set some things as well. There is going to be a option called turn map auto center map turn or something like that. I got to find it. That's per user settings combat. This size 6. Okay, target token center and or select on turn. So this is a divisive option for a GM. I like this. What it does is if it's on center, as it goes through that initiative step order in the combat tracker, it'll center the map on whoever's turn it is. Good for me, especially when I got 5 goblin tokens that all look the same. Players generally hate this, though, because they could care less what everybody else is doing. They're planning their turn, panning around the map, zooming in and out. And if other players are changing their turn and it recenters, it takes them off. So I recommend you left-click it and just put it on off. That turn center off. Then you'll be less aggravated with Fantasy Grounds when we're in combat. Another thing to point out now, it won't make too much sense until you're on a map, is this active character color. We all default to black. I recommend you guys pick a color. So if you're drawing a map or you do the pinging on a map in Fantasy Grounds, it's going to correspond to the color that you pick. So if you each have a unique color, we could kind of determine who's making that pinging or square or circle or a cone on a map. And I could kind of see in Fantasy Grounds in the upper left all your guys' token colors. So right now you all have the black pip. If you guys get a unique color, I could identify who's making that drawing and help them out. So, yeah. So something I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn the dice tower on and hide the GM rolls. So the GM rolls are now off, so you don't know what I'm rolling unless you're cheating and watching the stream. That's behind the dice screen, and I'm going to show dice tower is on. In the bottom right of Fantasy Grounds, you have a dice tower, and we use that for our hidden rolls from our skills. And you don't have to use that dice tower. There's actually one on your character sheet. It's just hard to hit because it's so small. That's this one right here next to your name. So if we'll get to this here, but again, if you pick up a dice and you release it in the tower, it's a hidden roll. So.
So it's a pick it up and drag it all the way into your character sheet?
No. If you're looking at watch my stream, if you're on the skills tab and you're making a stealth check, you grab the roll by left clicking and you just release it over that dice tower on your character sheet.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I've got this, or you could use, but it's much larger, I believe, in the bottom right. I don't see it as a GM. I just know that you know that there's a big dice tower in the bottom right down here somewhere.
Oh yeah, I see it. So
Yeah.
just drag it.
Dice tower.
See girls.
Yeah, and you can relocate that dice tower. You can right click it, unlock it, move it maybe closer to your dice if you want, or next to the chat window. Totally up to you. All right. Next. Ooh, I should turn this on. What are we playing? Pathfinder? Forgot to put the banner on the stream. All right. So, dice that everybody's comfortable rolling dice. It feels like. All right. Library underneath modules. This is where all the books are stored. I've got everything available for you, and I auto-loaded a bunch of stuff when you logged in. It should have auto-loaded, but not everything you need is here because I don't want to take liberties and assume that everybody would have needed gun and gears, so things like that. So if there's a book that you want access to in Fantasy Grounds, and am I misspeaking? You guys do have some books here, right?
Say again?
In modules, there's contents in this left pane, right? Or is it totally empty?
Yeah, I've got content.
How do I go and open modules?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. Okay. So like if you
Go to
click on
library.
modules, yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Library.
then modules there, yeah. And there should be a reference manual somewhere, or book. Sorry, they renamed them. So book, and it opens kind of like a PDF reader. So you guys have access in game. You could just use Archives of Nethys and another window too. You don't need this, but you do need to make sure that the books that your character are using are active. So when you level up, that there's those feats and abilities and things will come through when you hit level up. So in the bottom left of that modules is activation, and you could activate anything I've shared with you, and it'll be available for you. So guns and gears for my gunslinger for sure. What was the one that we needed for the sprite? Ancestry's Guide. Make sure you get that one loaded, Morel. Like that. So that way when you level up, it's there. Doesn't have to happen right now, but just want to make you aware of it. If you're trying to find record data and you can't find it, it's just because the book hasn't been activated. If you activate everything every time you start Fantasy Grounds, it's slow. It's best just to run with what you need, unless you're the GM, and then you just load everything because I need to have everything. That's just the way I am.
All right.
Okay. I think that's it for now. I do want to point out there's a player notes section, and because it is a campaign. I usually don't talk about this during Pathfinder Society because you don't really need this for a campaign or for a one shot, but for a campaign it's very useful. So player notes. If somebody is a note taker and they want to share the notes with the table, and the player notes window is blank, but if you hit the little plus button, add item, you can start making notes. And it's slick because if I share chat from the GM and I put that in chat, you could actually grab chat and drop it in and start just collecting notes.
That's cool.
Right, and links and maps that I share, you could all that stuff you could just drag and drop into the notes, and then you can make your notes public or not, totally up to you. But at least you know it's like, hey, we go all 6, but this is a 6-book AP, right? So if we're on book 5 and you're trying to remember what happened in book 1, unless you made notes on it in pen and paper or in Fantasy Grounds, it's gonna be very hard. It'd be really cool if we have somebody that is doing notes for the entire campaign. That'd be neat. All right, so about to get to the character sheets, and we have nice. You already started with Ross going. We'll have to talk. Oh, sorry, man. Didn't notice. Can you hear us?
He's been having trouble with his mic.
Yeah, well, I didn't see that he dropped and came back, so he hasn't been in the stream for a while.
Yeah, we'll just tell him how it works.
Okay. Robbie, do you have a path builder link for Rosk, or are you just going to build them right here? All right. In our streaming studio here, there is a private chat section, so we could keep chat here if we need to talk. And I'll get a Discord chat going. I sent friend invites out to everybody that I could find, and we can start a Discord group. This chat here, there we go. Yeah. So I'm watching. I got 2 monitors up. So one side is Fantasy Grounds, and the other side is the streaming platform. So I can watch both. Yeah. So do we need to import Rosk, or are you gonna build them up real quick in Fantasy Grounds? Yep, JSON. JSON will be beautiful. This an extension a community member made for Fantasy Grounds for us. It's very nice. Not perfect. Very nice. What's neat is I don't know if you could see on my stream. There's an update existing. So if you guys manage your characters and level them up between sessions, if that happens, you just give me the JSON and I'll run it and I'll just update your existing character sheet with the changes you made. We're just kind of holding tight for get Ross, because the next step on this intro is just going through the character sheets. Oh, nice. Got you on Discord. Accept. Yeah, after this session, I'll start a group chat with all of us now. Got a Druid. Is it open? I double clicked it like 10 times, so now I got 10 downloads going. Opening in VS Code. Come on, man. Notepad. I just want a notepad. There we go. Sorry, my computer's fighting me. It wants to open JSON in VS Code, and I closed it, and now it's spinning. So 1 second. Something is weird. Is this out of Path Builder? Wanderer's Guide. I don't know. It's a different format than the Path Builder tool is expecting.
If it doesn't work on Wanderers, I think you can export it to Path Builder and see.
Going in circles on it.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I know you can export from Path Builder to Wanderers, so I'm pretty sure you can do the same thing. Hopefully.
But yeah, I know we kind of keep going while you're building this guy out. So I don't know if you had caught earlier. Be sure to have the books that you use for the character active then. get through the modules and then activation. And then when you open up your character, there's this tracker button. You probably have it open the first time you opened it, but it'll walk you through the character creation. You just click on your ancestry, and it'll bring up the list. But this list will only be populated with the books you have loaded. So be sure to have everything loaded that you're going to need for the build as you go. Again, that's in the modules and then activation down here. It's pretty. I think it's pretty straightforward. It's not sexy looking, but it's very functional. Just follow the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight through, and all the windows will pop up to help you build your character. Go ahead and close this. All right. So all right, guys. So what we're gonna do is just talk about the character sheets, and then I'll put us on like a 5-minute break, and then we'll come back and start the adventure. Introduce ourselves, like who we are. Three of you guys know each other, but not all of us. So, all right, I'm gonna walk through a character sheet now for everybody. So please, if you've closed your character sheet, you just left click on your portrait in the upper left of Fantasy Grounds, and it'll open up. Kyra, you're level 3. I gotta give you the level 1 Kyra. So we'll get that.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get that on the break. Yeah, this adventure starts at 1. You won't be level 3 until after the 2nd or 3rd session.
Oh, don't worry, I've got the level 1 as well. Hold on.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, you do that. Anyway, just follow along for now. Then on the break, we'll get the right one loaded in there. So let me get this. I'll get Clesius. So Fantasy Grounds character sheets are tabbed on the right side. So we're just going to start at the top on the main tab. And you can see here, this is where you'd start by setting your exploration activity at the very top. I believe it's on every tab. Yeah, so it doesn't matter where you're at. If you see this little dimple, it's a D20 in the bottom left of a box, that means that box is rollable. You could double click it. I'm lying to your faces. Why? Oh, I just wasn't catching it. So you could double click it. You could also pick up the dice and hold it, and then you could roll it. Get the tactile feel of rolling dice. Because I'm rolling it, it's going behind the screen. You guys aren't seeing the dice results unless you're watching my stream. But so there's from there, if you're making the ability scores, you have the 2 different initiatives are here. You probably won't be here during combat though. You'll be in another tab, and there's these are in other places as well. But again, double click a number, even if it's blank. It might be 0, but they might be blank. If there's a dimple in there, it's rollable. So if you guys want to try rolling some of maybe the saves or an ability check or something like that, this is step 1 here. All right. Next is our combat tab. Contrary to popular belief, you probably won't be in here very often during combat. This is just to kind of see what your proficiencies are, what your melee and ranged bases are. Sometimes you need to override some things. Fantasy Grounds is loaded with automation, but it doesn't have every permutation or exception to a modifier. So these are where you'll do that. But you won't. Again, you probably will not be operating out of here for the adventure. You'll be probably in your actions tab or your activities tab. But if you want to check where all your bonuses are and if everything's adding up, this is where you go. Where you're wondering why a weapon you're using doesn't have the expected value, it's probably because you don't have the proficiency and a rank in it or something like that. Skills tab, you will certainly be in here often. And the last column here is our rollable, because it has that D20 in the bottom left. This is an example where a 0 is showing as blank. But again, if you double click it, you'll just notice that the die will roll and not apply a bonus to it. Again, you could pick up the die and roll it. And you could also pick up the die and release it in the dice tower on your character sheet or on your desktop dice tower. All right. Everybody good there so far with skills?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can double click the boxes and stuff to use your abilities. Well, use your dice roll scores or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Abilities. This is more just reference data. If you're interested in what the feats do, you can left click the hyperlink and it'll bring up the library information on it. Anything with a circular and a 2-color background, or a color background and a white whatever. This is a dragon. Will bring up library information of anything you want to see. No automation coming from here. Just more reference than anything. All right, inventory. Inventory does matter as far as if you're going to get armor class bonus or if it's going to show up in your actions tab as a weapon. You have to have it equipped. So if you're watching my stream, if you left click the E, this is currently not even carried. You'll see that the bulk went down. Left click it again, it's now carried. The bulk went up. Left click it the third time and it's equipped, and the bulk remains. So again, if I unequip it and I go and look for my armor class is now a 15. If I go back to my inventory and I do it and equip it, it's up to an 18. So Fantasy Grounds is taking care of all that for us. But just got to remember that it's got to be equipped. And sometimes we'll pick up something in the adventure and forget to equip it and wonder why you're getting blown up when your armor class is really high, or why your action doesn't account for the weapon that you're using. It's likely because it's just not equipped. Okay, notes. This big thing for us is languages. So if you got languages, like maybe because you might have a third language available, you just didn't select it. This is where you'll do it. It's just you hand type it in. There's nothing fancy here. Also, cohorts and companions. This is an extension I'm running. This would be, if you got a druid or somebody who is shape-shifting, or you have a companion or something, we're going to put that record in here, and then that's how that's all automated then. So again, that cohort's if and when we need something like that, this is that tool for that. Okay, activities. So by clicking on that tab, some of these activities actually have functionality and some do not. You can apply effects, and like I'm going to do a reaction shield block, and it'll apply the effect to your character. The shield block is an effect, which means now if I look at the combat tracker, like I mentioned earlier, the shield block is now active on the character. So I'll go ahead and delete that effect. So there's those buttons. They're dice roll. You want to tumble through and go across through an NPC to the other side. The tumble through will go through, and you guys see the results in chat, I'm assuming. So Fantasy Grounds will do that for us, and all kinds of cool activities in here. It's everything. Favorites tab. I don't have a use case for this for you guys, but if you think of something, let me know. And then a actions tab. This will be your bread and butter in combat. You'll be able to roll your perception initiative. If you're doing a stealth initiative, you'll have to go to the combat or main tab. But it has your 3 attacks or maps 1 through 3 are multi-attacks. So first attack, second attack, third attack. Right, and players, what they may want to do, so watch me on the stream, guys. See this hot bar down here? Oftentimes I have players that like to take their initiative, make it in the first one. Their map 1. Oh, I missed it. Map 1, map 2, map 3, and then their damage. And the damage, right, rolls that. These correspond to your function keys. As well as you don't need the character sheet now. I can roll my initiative, make my first attack, my second attack, my third attack, and my damage. Put F1, so I'll do F2, my first attack. We're going to say it's a hit, so then I'll hit F5 for damage. Next attack, F2, it's a hit. I'll roll F5 for damage. F3 is a hit, F5 for damage. So if your character build is like makes sense, go ahead and do that. Not everybody is that straightforward on their actions and stuff, and it will need to be updated as you level up, I believe. I don't recall off the top of my head if players have to update their hotbar when the dice modifiers change. You don't have to do dice rolls down here either. I mean, you can store all kinds of junk down there. Anything with a link you can put in your hotbar. And there's 96 combinations of hotbar, Control, Shift, and Alt. All have different function key areas, but you're not limited to
I
those
got a
12.
quick question. When
Yeah.
I roll for initiative, since I don't want to, like 9 times out of 10, I don't want to use perception for it. I want to use stealth. How do I set that up?
Yeah, so on your main tab, and I think in the combat tab, I'm just looking. My eyes are not following. All right, let's just go on the main tab. Main tab, you have kind of dead center, kind of on the right third of the screen. You have your initiative. The first one's perception. The second one is stealth.
Oh, okay.
I would grab that stealth one, and I would certainly put that in your hotbar because it's not going to be on your actions tab. They only pre-programmed it with the perception one.
I may have misunderstood something. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay.
So, yeah.
I saw the dice pop out and thought I was going to roll instead of putting it where it's supposed to be.
Wait, Professor, did you make a Table Studio account?
No.
Okay, yeah, that's why. That's stupid.
The picture I got is really small, though.
No, it's because I made an account that now they're trying to make me charge for a picture.
Oh.
That's actually just the dumbest thing ever.
So, well, on this break, if you want to leave and come back and just not sign in.
It's not that deep.
Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, actually, so I was talking about that, about physical combat and stuff like that. But then we have the spells section as well. So spells will have single click buttons. If we got most of the Kara is going to be the one that's affected by that. But yeah, there will be oftentimes a 1, 2, and 3 action pre-programmed on it. So let's take a look at Burning Hands. So if you click the little gearbox, it'll expand. Oh, maybe that one doesn't. Okay. Heal's a better example where you got 1 and 2 technically and a 3 action. Third action, just cast it out. You don't have to be touching. But yeah, so it's not that you get to do both the heal 1d8 or a 1d8 plus 8. It depends on the action. You have to know what you're using. So just understand the spell. But again, you left click on the link, and it'll tell you the 1 to 3 and then what they do. 1 is a ranged touch spell. 2 is d8 plus 8, and then 3 is everybody within 30 feet gets the benefit. So, etc. But these are single click buttons, and you expand them by clicking on the gear, because otherwise it's just a lot of information. You change the view on it, but I don't want to get too carried away on this. All right, so you guys feeling good? And then that's everything I wanted to go pregame before we start. And we'll go on a break here shortly. But do you have any questions? This is all.
I wanted to ask. So since I like my character for daily preparations can make ammunition that I have in my formula book, and I don't have a formula book, do I just bring it in or whatever using? Oh my gosh, I forgot. Like whatever you use to draw in items in this.
Yeah, you could do that. You could just make an item in your inventory for a formula book right here by hitting the add item. What we're going to have to do is figure out how to pre-program the effects of what you make, though. So it'll be a little more nuanced. But again, if it's not ready to go, I mean, if you say it's going to be D6 plus splash damage plus persistent, it's fine. I could always pen and paper it and put it on the combat tracker for ongoing effects and things like that. Or if you know it's going to give you a +1 damage, I mean, just hit +1 of the modifier and still roll it out. So we can always pen and paper it if we don't get it coded right. And then between now and next session, I'll work on. Now I got your character sheet from Path Builder. I'll do my best to see what I can hone in on getting automation out of.
I just want to make sure I have this one thing. It's called. Let me look at it. Steel Scour. I just think it's cool. It like burns metal stuff.
Okay. Yeah, and some things aren't going to have automation. We just got to role play what it does. All right, so I think we're good. Let's take a break. Give everybody some time to catch up on getting their characters kind of
Wait, I
dialed
just
in.
thought about it too. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
How am I supposed to reload? I don't see it on the sheet unless I'm missing it.
No, we just know that it's one action to reload. But
Okay.
there's going to be a lot of things that you're doing during that reload as a gunslinger. But all it does on your character sheet is track ammo, though. So it will know as you start doing this, you'll see that ammo starts ticking off. So that is one thing that Fantasy Grounds will do, but it doesn't know that if you're stopping for an action step to have to reload. That is something you just have to know that you're burning that action.
Yeah, all right. And then do I just have to like remember my gunslinger way? Because I got the what's it called? I got the spell shot one, and I don't know like was I supposed to add it, or is it just gonna be like the way it is?
Yeah, you just tell us what you're doing. A lot of them come up in activities if they're pre-programmed in Fantasy Grounds, but some things you just call it out, and we work our way through the whatever the verbiage is for what's going to happen.
All right.
But yeah, double check your activity sheet, see if it's in there.
Activities.
And you could search. What is it called?
It's the waybound thing. It's called thoughtful reload.
Okay, yeah, it's not pre-programmed in there, but we always add it later too. But yeah, nothing stops us from you explaining what it does, and then we just play through it.
All right.
Oh man. So, all right, I'm going to see if I can remember how to do a 5-minute video break. And then we will come back. So, hold up while I look for this thing. Oh, here they are. 5 minute. All right, we'll be back at about the top of the hour. Well, we have lost somebody. I didn't add him back to the stream. Here comes Kel. Sorry, Kel. I'm back.
It was that deep.
All right.
Look at that. You got the I don't know where you were originally.
I was just one of the blue circles.
Yeah, they got two blue circles. I don't know if you were the top circle or the bottom circle. There you go. Roby's finishing up on Path Builder right now, so all good. So now we're done to kind of doing this introduction of Fantasy Grounds. And I know we're on a stream, so very delicately, you could tell me to F off, Greg. I get it. We're gonna introduce ourselves, not the characters. We'll do the characters here, and that'd be the next stage. But except for Kobold, I haven't met you guys before until tonight, and I suspect it'd be the same way for some of us. So I'm just gonna tell everybody about myself, some of my background, and things like that. But not my life story. Try to keep it 2 minutes or less. So my name's Greg, or DM Greg, or GM, or Hey You. I'll answer to any of that while we're playing this campaign. I've been doing tabletop RPGs since like the mid '90s. That's when I was in middle school with like AD&D, and then as I got older, I got too cool for D&D and nerd adjacent stuff. Third edition came out. Maybe my senior year in high school. I don't remember. So I missed a lot of PF1 is what I'm getting at. I got back into tabletop RPGs maybe about 11 years ago. Started back with D&D playing Adventurers League because I couldn't commit to a campaign because I didn't have enough friends that would do that, and I was in the military and couldn't commit long term for time. So Adventurers League was perfect. And then shortly after that, Starfinder 1 came out, and I'm more of a sci-fi guy than I am a fantasy guy. So we did Starfinder Society as well, and kind of Pathfinder wasn't really on my radar only because I already had my fantasy itch done with D&D. Okay, I'll get this loaded here in a second when everybody starts going. And then COVID happened, and I had Fantasy Grounds. I bought it about 8 years ago, and Pathfinder 2 was kind of new, and I really liked the action economy system and got into Pathfinder Society on top of the Starfinder Society. So I've actually left 5e behind for the most part, and fantasy is now, at least on Fantasy Grounds, is Pathfinder. I do in-person swords and wizardry because I just like old school players are gonna die kind of games. But that's kind of me. That was longer than 2 minutes, so sorry guys. But yeah, experience with Fantasy Grounds Foundry and Roll20. Just Fantasy Grounds, I just got into this before Foundry existed, and Roll20 is probably as good as it is now. If you know what I mean, you understand. But loving me Fantasy Grounds. So just kind of going around the room. Gonna hover. Can I hover over that portrait? No, not. We'll go with Bask. Bask, you want to go?
Yeah. Yeah, my name's Brandon. For fantasy stuff, I usually would play like a D&D or something, but every time I try to make a build or something in D&D, I'd always feel like I'm missing something or like some part I wanted to do. Then I heard about Pathfinder and I was like, oh, you can like customize each and every little bit. You always get a feat. Like everything's feats in this. And it let me like do more stuff. So I started liking it more.
Then I know you played on Foundry, right? First time with Fantasy Grounds?
Yeah, it's the first time using Fantasy Grounds. I was thinking about using it before, but I didn't feel like buying a bunch of books.
Right. Yeah. So one of the Fantasy Grounds used to have 2 upfront costs. If you wanted a GM, you used to have to buy a Fantasy Grounds license. They got rid of that Fantasy Grounds is totally free now to play and to GM. But yeah, somebody's got to own the books, so there it is different. The cool if it and because I got into it a while ago, I didn't have to buy, 14 hardcovers up front. There was only a few hardcovers, and I just every 3 months I would buy something, and it's hard to get into it now. That the financial burden might be too much for me.
Yeah.
But the what I was getting at, the cool thing is if once you own it though, not only do you own it in Fantasy Grounds, but the Paizo account sync, it gets added to your library on Paizo as a PDF. So you'll always have the content either in Fantasy Grounds or on the Paizo library if you purchase through Fantasy Grounds.
And like it transfers to everywhere else too, because Paizo is really good with connecting to other websites.
Yeah. Once it's in your Paizo library, it infects everything. And then if it's in your library, there's a reciprocal. You get a discount of the PDF cost on Fantasy Grounds. So that worked. All right, cool, Bask. Thank you. I'm working on getting Ross. Ross loaded. So let's see who's next on the screen. Kobold, I got you next.
Hello, I am Kobold. So, I've played a lot of RPGs in my time, and I've got this new policy where I have got so many RPGs in my life that if I buy an RPG, I have to actually play it. So this is why I'm doing Pathfinder 2, because there's a huge stockpile to process of games yet to play, from obviously AD&D to Traveller to strange RPGs like UGG, the prehistoric role-play game. I've got a pretty wide experience of playing different games. So I've done Pathfinder 2 before, and I'm your cleric. So if you're about to die, you might want to give me a message. Thank you.
Cool. All right. Thank you, Kobold. Kobold and I, we know each other from the Fantasy Grounds game days. He's a regular game master and player. All right. Let's see. Kel, I'm gonna put you up on the spot next.
Yeah. Name's Cal. I got into Pathfinder because these two idiots, Bask and Robert Roby, got me into this. So now they just drag me along, and then I kind of, get to learn about this stuff. It's barely, I think it's about to hit a year since I've played in most of this stuff. But it's getting a little interesting the more I play, the more I try to make builds. Building still is not my specialty. There's still a lot of stuff that hurts my brain to watch. But it's still fun though. When you get to play with a lot of friends.
Cool. And I think Roby, you are up, but I don't know if you got your mic working. So we may just introduce you to the next game. Yeah, still not working. Okay, almost unloading your character. If you actually, because the name was different, yet Ross PFS Druid is different than Rosk. So I made a new character sheet. So if you want to go to the right side of the Fantasy Grounds underneath player, there's characters. You should be able to claim Rosk PFS Druid, and I'm currently deleting the copy right now. My Fantasy Grounds is chugging. There it goes. And I didn't actually reconcile this, make sure everything came in. So, no anathema. All right. Let's check and see on your character sheet. Okay, that's good. We're missing Bramblebush. Just Bramblebush. What is Bramblebush? I think everything else came in though. Let's see spells. Ranger's Bramble. I'm gonna look up Bramblebush PF2 and just see if it's something I've loaded or if it's a new remaster thing. Bramble.
You said it. You only use ignition if Bramblebush doesn't work.
Okay. I'm just gonna see real quick if it's gonna be Bramblebush spells. I'm in the archives, so not just looking it up. Oh, it's out of. I don't have Shepherd of Decay. Yes, it's out. It's out of a AP. Interesting. Okay, yeah, we'll use the ignite. I could parse this in, but we'll use ignite for now. Oh. Ignition, not ignite. There we go. Ignition. All right. What? Why do I not have that? Okay, ignition is set. And if you want, if after this, just let me know on Discord if you actually really want Bramblebush. I'll get it parsed in for you. Okay, and then real quick, well, I gotta update a couple of things from the party sheet. We'll get raw skin, and then I am going to clear ownership of the old one, so he's not up there. And then I'll clear owner of the unnamed guy. And then let's see, get you in here. All right, so what you want to do if you're watching my stream, Roby, is open up the character sheet, and then in the upper left in this reddish brown area, you left click it and this portrait area will come up. You could send me a portrait in Discord and I could get it loaded, but this could be faster. You left click in here and I'll bring up everything that's free in Fantasy Grounds for images, and there's FG Fantasy, and there might be a lizard person in here for now. And while that loads, it's single left click, and it's just ripping through this ton of library data. But if you got something else you want to use, you can send it my way. I'll get it loaded. And we're probably fighting each other on resources right now. Close that. There we go. Other lizard. Human. Yeah, there's a few. Sorry, I was down, but do you need me to select? Do you need me to select it, or is this working for you? Okay, it's working for you. All right. So I'll let you. Once you select that portrait, it'll update everything else. Cool. All right. I think we're ready to get started. I should get this book. All right, for this session, guys. Unless I ask you to look at my screen, on our system, you're going to want to just focus on Fantasy Grounds. And you know, if I ask for secret roles and you're watching my stream and you see the secret role, then it kind of defeats the purpose of that. And then also, I'm going to have a lot of the story open on my desktop, and it's not things that you should see. I'll be having encounters pre-prepared, and you'll start seeing me start doing all of that. So it'll take away from the fun if you do that. But yep, we're going to start with AP1 Hell Knight Hill. Is anybody, real world knowledge, if you've done other Pathfinder stuff, you familiar with Breach Hill?
Not a
Nah.
thing.
Okay. There's going to be actually an NPC that I'm familiar with that you're going to meet very early on here. So let me give a map of Breach Hill out to you guys. So the decal, background decal, that is the town of Breach Hill. Breach Hill is it's like a frontier town. Just kind of think like American frontier type of town. It is prosperous. And mostly human ancestry, but there is a mix. And this one with the legend, this will work. So I'm going to share this map. And you can resize. This will be a good learning opportunity now, just with just this map, because some of you are going to be like, I want to read that legend, but I can't. If you're playing with a mouse wheel, regular old mouse with a mouse wheel, you can zoom in and out on stuff on the map. Go ahead and watch my screen real quick. In the upper right of any map or image, but mostly on battle maps, you guys are going to want to do this. You can hit this increase size, and it'll set the map layer kind of your background. You actually hit it a second time, and it becomes your entire background. So it's totally up to you if that's how you want to do it. But I am panning around the map by holding the mouse wheel as a button on the map, and now I could pan and drag by doing that. You also have the ability to use your WSAD, WASD, whatever that is. You can do the zoom for the scroll wheel, and then right. So that's I'm getting to the point where I just kind of wanted to point out that we could get this, so it's pretty zoomed in and readable now. And you'll do this on battle maps a lot. You get a lot of practice on this. So that is our Breach Hill. All right, and then please go back to, if you're not watching my stream, start reading this introduction. So adventurers are highly sought after in Breach Hill. It's a known, and it's what has attracted the four of you here. There is a town council meeting you've been invited to. This frontier town does have guards and town guard, but they are mundane. They work on protecting the walls of the gate, kind of dealing with the petty crimes of the town. What they don't do is take care of the stuff in the immediate environments of Breach Hill. In the fact, they've relied for generations on adventurers to come, and that's why you guys feel good about coming here. And there's usually always work to be done. There used to be a mercenary company called the Hell Knights, which is the namesake of this adventure. It is a lawful mercenary organization, not necessarily good, but they are lawful. But they had been relocated several years ago somewhere else. Information you'll find out. But without that mercenary company, the adventurers that come through the area have filled the gap. And the townsfolk, you've heard, rumors have it, are always fond of adventurers because of the founding member of Breach Hill was a adventuring wizard. So they're pretty happy to have adventurers in town. Okay. And located in the foothills of the Five Mountains in eastern Isgar, Breach Hill is a thriving town of about 1,300 inhabitants. As I mentioned, most are human, but there's a notable population of dwarves, half-elves, gnomes, etc. The town predates the notable landmark, which sits about 1 mile to the northeast, high on a low-rising Hell Knight Hill, the Citadel Eltarian. And for my note takers, Hell Knight Hill Citadel. There you go. Copy. Go ahead and put that in game chat for anybody doing it. It's now a foreboding and abandoned fortress that once was the home of the Hell Knight Order of the Nail. So I'll put in Hell Knight Order of the Nail in case it comes up later in the AP.
Is there a way for me to drag the map somewhere so I have it for later?
Yeah. So you got two options. Let me minimize this. Make sure that you minimize your map so it's in more of the windowed mode. And let me go one more size smaller, decrease. All right, and decrease. I was increasing as I was mentioning it. All right, so if it's in windowed mode, this is true for any record. Go ahead and you watch my stream because it'll make sense.
Oh, okay.
In the upper left, there's a hyperlink. It says drag record link. You can drag and drop that into your hotbar, and you can drag and drop it into a note. So you can nest records inside a note record. It's a lot of utility in that. A little caveat though, if you nest it into a note and then you hit enter, it's going to expect the next entry to be a note. To fix that, you have to hit Control-1 on the keyboard, and I'll put it back to body text. If that makes sense.
Oh, I see. All right, I just did it.
Okay, cool. All right, and I hid into my book. So, did I close it or minimize it? I thought I minimized it. Oh, it's covering. There it is. All right. So you guys approaching the town. This is the cold opening of the adventure now. I'll give you your background information. Rising from the hilltop above is a looming structure of crumbling stone and still imposing battlements. Though verdant nature is reclaiming the site, plumes of red smoke, which Ambassador Warble believes to be distress signals from the Bumble. Whoa! Did I just jump into the next chapter? I did. I was clicking around all over the place, and I had chapter 2 open. I'm so sorry, guys. Amateur. All right. Back on this. No cold opening like that. I'm like, man, that was weird. All right. So yeah, you guys are here to attend a public council meeting called the Call for Heroes. It is set to be held at noon at the town hall. It's about 11 a.m. right now. Let's go ahead and introduce your guys as characters, and then we could talk about going around parts of the town on the map, and just kind of before I put you where you need to be at noon. So let's introduce ourselves. So I got Kira first. You reconnected, Kobold?
Nope.
Still connected?
My Fantasy Grounds crashed, sadly, so I'm reconnecting.
Yeah. But yeah, okay. Then we'll do, is it Clesius? Is that how you say your character's name?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and introduce Clesius.
And so Clesius is a Minotaur fighter who grew up around, bashing heads with his fellow warriors. And he enjoyed the life, but eventually he grew stronger than his pack and decided to venture out his own to kind of fill the gap into his desires and just look for strong opponents. And then now it led him to, random adventures, and here he is now.
Yeah, and fighter Minotaur, right?
Yep.
Yeah. All right, now next is it Morel or Moral?
I think it's Moral.
Okay.
It's named after like a plant. So yeah, Moral's like a sprite gunslinger spell shot. In the Forest of Spirits, remember reading about how there was some type of industrial stuff trying to happen there, and like they're trying to force in and mess up the spirits. So basically, Moral was a part of the forces to try and fight back against all that. So they like shoot guns. They like got a gun from one of the guys to fight back against them. So they shoot guns and they use their own little fey magic and put it into the gun to make it more effective.
No.
They know how to mess stuff up too.
I need it from my mind's eye. Is it Giselle? Is it a full size and you're a sprite, or is it sprite sized?
If I had like a telekinesis thing, I'd say it's full size, but it's sprite size.
Okay. Still does D8 damage though.
Yeah.
You got anything else?
Nah. I'm probably just gonna be hiding around everywhere. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah. Okay. Next up is Rosk. Oh, Rosk is a lizard man. Sorry, I'm going to speak for you, Roby. You don't have a mic. Lizard folk, druid. Enough said. We'll get you more role playing, and if you want to type it in Fantasy Grounds or somewhere else, we could we'll get your information out there.
It says here, he says that he's a fat, smelly lizard folk who likes to rummage through the trash of the city streets.
Oh.
I don't know why he's saying that though.
I put it in the chat.
He told me earlier.
Long story short, untamed druid who lived in a swamp for most of his life until recently.
See, that's almost exactly what I said.
Yeah, very close.
Swamps aren't trash.
Same thing.
All right, cool. Well, you want to use Kara?
Oh. Yeah. So, don't really have my notes about her background, but I think she came from a deserty place, and like, what was it, priest of thingy Sarene or whatever, healing flame or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So compassion and peace are like meant to be the things that she's into. She goes around trying to fix the world's problems as best she can with her clerical talents. And I think they had a schism. It's like those who have redemption and then those who want to blow up the sinners, basically. And in practical terms, she's the party cleric. So she can heal people and zap undead and such. And she's obviously taken up adventuring to try and make the world a better place.
Right on. All right, so 4 of you together now. If all been formally introduced, y'all, I don't know, wherever you're staying, Cadence Keg might be worthwhile. But we have an opportunity before we head down to Breach Hills Town Hall, which is number 3 on this map, to explore maybe 2 locations and kind of find your way around. Anybody seeing anything on this map where they really want to go visit and learn some things?
So where are we now? Like, are we at this, like, which?
Yeah, I'm going to say we're at Cadence Keg. Very, very popular location, and you may be familiar with the online group, Cadence Keg.
Yeah. I was like, for a second,
I want to
isn't that
go
a
there.
Discord group?
Yeah. So we'll say you're starting here, and this won't be part of your hour of exploration. This will be what you know. So Cadence Keg is a rousing, well-kept tavern in one of Breach Hill's most popular places. You enjoy hearty meals and a pint of ale here. It also doubles as a temple of Caden Kalian, the freewheeling accidental god. The proprietor, primary bartender, and head priestess is Bryn Tate, who loves little more than when adventurers tell rousing tales of their daring exploits and deeds, preferably in conjunction with frequent purchases of ale. So if you guys have some adventures, she's going to look forward to hearing about them.
She's going to have something to tell her soon. Oh.
All right. You think?
I want to see what the dream house is, but I don't want to like take up everybody's things, what they want to see.
Tell you what, we'll do. Everybody gets to pick one. That'd be fair, right?
All right.
How do you see Dream House?
Yeah, give me a
It's
number.
right next to
Oh, I
Caden's
see it.
bed.
I saw Grey House. They're great.
Oh, okay. It's actually, I'm going to ping on the map. It's actually that. All right. So the Great Dream House, one of the few dedicated temples in Breach Hill. The Great Dream House is a monastery-like establishment dedicated to the goddess Desna. About 30 priests and acolytes who live, work, study, and pray. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to share these links with you guys so you can just put them in your notes, but keep reading this for the adventure. And pray in the temple's peaceful lounges and verdant indoor gardens call the place home. The Great Dream House offers a place for weary travelers of all stripes to rest, and most of its residents faithful are willing to provide healing at a reasonable price. On clear nights in the summer, head priest Kellen Corindil, the male elf cleric of Desna, invites the public into the temple's observatory to gaze at the stars and ponder the callings of the goddess of travelers. So first, I said I'll do Cadence Keg for you guys. Right here, dropping it in game chat. You can grab that story entry, I believe, and then the Great Dream House. Again, then you can just drag that story entry by grabbing the hyperlink in your notes. Oh, can't. Not until I share a record. Let's share a record. All right. Sorry, I don't have to put it in chat. When I share a record, it'll pop up in front of you anyway. Okay. So that's the Great Dream House. That's one location. We got 3 more. Who's next?
I want to go to Pickle Deer.
Pickle Deer. That is this building here. And I feel very confident I could share the record, then read it so you follow along now. That doesn't give anything away. This rough and tumble dive bar and tavern is frequented by locals and hardscrabble adventurers alike, many of whom clash in a rowdy and sometimes vicious brawls that take place far too regularly for the town guard's liking. Proprietor Roxy Den is a female human tavern keeper, is always looking for ways to expand her customer base. Did I grab it? I guess not. Oh, I just threw the link somewhere. Okay. Where are we off to next?
I think we still got Robert and Cobalt left for those 2.
Well, sorry.
You got one of these places that we got some downtime before you had to meet at the.
Kara is totally down for visiting Morta's mortuary in case there's any evil undead running around.
Number 9, Morta's mortuary. Okay, and I'll share this and read it out loud. This imposing black painted building with heavy onyx-colored curtains serves as the home and place of business for Morta Valiskin, female human mortician, an eccentric woman whose daily fashions include elaborate mourning gowns, like sad mourning, gauzy black veils, and elbow-length satin gloves. Morton views death as both a business and a lifestyle. She is said to be one of the most informed gossips about town.
She seems to be like the person we need to go for information.
All right, and Rob, you got somewhere you want to go? Give me a number or type it up. I'll go number 1. Breach Hill Archives. This building here, which coincidentally will get you closer then to where you need to be at noon anyway. So good walk about town. Go ahead and share the record. Kept in a sprawling, if musty, facility just across the fence from Breach Hill Town Hall, the town archives consist of official records and historical accounts dating back to the settlement's founding. Chief Archivist Jor-El Blacktusk, male half-orc librarian is one of the most knowledgeable citizens in the settlement about the town's history. Jor-El is happy to assist any visitors with finding even the most obscure records here, but the fact that he is woefully understaffed means that he is often preoccupied and distracted while doing so. I feel like he comes up in some society adventures. I gotta look him up. Let me see if I got an image of him. No, nothing on hand. Okay.
This sounds familiar.
Yeah, or maybe he had like a brother or something. All right. So back on the story. I'll make sure. All right. As noon approaches, you are heading towards the town hall. Monument circle there, I want to point out. A lot of people are gathering. About 40 townspeople are congregated outside the building, chatting and passing the time until the meeting starts. Monument circle, there are, is that 6? So there's a total of 7 fountains. So there's 6 in this perimeter fountains, and then they feed a central fountain. Or maybe it's vice versa. Maybe the central fountain is feeding the circular fountains there. That's why they call it Fountain Circle. So you just hear people chit-chatting, and they all seem to be friendly and curious about you guys as you approach. They're always excited to have new adventurers in town, especially those that are planning to step up to the challenges. What you understand from the gossip is people come to this meeting, the one you were invited to as adventurers, and people will petition for you guys to do odd jobs, things like that. So again, the things that are not mundane, exceptional, is what they use the adventurers for. So everybody's excited and kind of, gauging if you're going to be able to do what they think they want you to do. As they're all eyeing you and talking about you, you notice a well-dressed goblin woman pacing right outside the front door of the building. The studious-looking goblin has her hand clasped behind her back. She's mumbling to herself, oblivious to all those who are nearby. What do you guys do?
What's she doing?
I mean, what was that?
I think I missed what she said. What she said she was doing. She's like mumbling about us.
Yeah. So while everybody's taking an interest in you, she's actually ignoring you guys. She's got her hands clasped behind her back, and she's mumbling like she's talking to herself.
I guess. I mean, it'd be intimidating as hell if I'll still do it. I like walk up and be like, "Who are you?"
So, who am I? This female, well-dressed goblin says. You mean, who am I? What about my Bumblebrashers? She says in a distraught tone. Why haven't I heard from my Bumblebrashers? Are my people trapped in the Citadel? And you're all welcome to give me a society check. This is my first one. We'll make this one open so that way we can see how Fantasy Grounds work. I set the DC to 12. On your character sheets, their skills. Everybody should have a society on there. You're welcome to make a society check.
YOLO.
In future, I'm probably not going to tell you guys the DC unless, it's one of those things that we need to know. There we go.
There you go.
Yeah, so she reveals that Brumblebashers are a small local goblin tribe that lives in Citadel Eltrin, the abandoned Hell Knight Keep that we talked about earlier, to the northeast. So you ask, who are you? What is your name, you said? Right, and here's the image of her, and then I'm not worried about her name being on it because I'm about to reveal it to you. She says, please do allow me to introduce myself. I am Warble, ambassador to the Bumblebrasher Goblins of Hell Knight Hill. It is my great honor to serve my fellow citizens of Breach Hill and the town's official representatives to the Bumblebrashers. I communicate with the Rumble Crashers, convey the town's concerns and interests to them, and advocate on the tribe's behalf. It is a duty I take very seriously. They are my people, after all. Hence why I'm here today, and my rather distracted nature earlier. I hope you'll forgive it.
Why do you think they're like stuck there?
I'm sure this will answer it. I mean, yes, part of they gave a 2-part question answer, so it's kind of weird. I'm just gonna give you the whole thing. So you said, who are the Brumble Bashers and why am I worried about them? You say, there you go, railroad it. The Brumble Brashers are a tribe of goblins who have for years now lived peacefully and in isolation in Citadel Altarian, the former Hell Knight Keep on the hill just outside of town. Typically, every 2 weeks, I meet with Helba, the tribe's chieftain, on the road outside the keep. We discuss news, and I convey the town's interests and hear any concerns that the tribe might wish me to bring before the council. It is a relationship of the utmost importance, and Helba is normally punctual. But she has missed our previous 2 meetings, and I have seen plumes of smoke coming from the top of the citadel. The smoke is a chalky red in color, the tribe's traditional color of distress. I fear that the Brumble Brashers are in danger, and that something dire has befallen them. It has sickened me with worry.
You mentioned a meeting. What might be going on in said meeting? What was her name again? Wait, Helba? No, that was her, right?
No, Helba's there. That's her contact that she meets with.
Oh, yeah. So why would Helba be important?
Yeah, so Warble pretty much conveys she doesn't walk all the way to Hell Knight Keep to get information. They've always agreed to meet halfway, and that way they avoid the walk round trip. So on these meetings, Warble conveys what's going on in Breach Shell, and Helba conveys what's going on at the old Citadel, and they just make sure that everything's on the up and up. Some people are goblin phobic, right? And Helba needs to know what the townspeople think of goblins living in the fortress, as they've only kind of recently taken up residency. Additionally, the goblins know what's going on in the surrounding environments, and that information is given to Warble, and Warble relays that back to the town council. So it's a mutual agreement everybody seems to be happy with.
Okay. So we know about the Brambles. We know about.
Yeah, I want to ask her. Does she not? Are they like just like normal goblin people in there, like goblin civilians, or are they like? The name sounds cool. That sounds like, are they like a specialized force or something, or is it just a tribe just out there?
They're probably sorry as hell.
Yeah, they're I would say they're a average Pathfinder goblin tribe. They are not warlike. They do have warriors in their ranks, but many of them are just goblin families. And they do other trades as well. These aren't token goblins.
So, or then I'll just ask. So, what do you need us to do?
Okay. Close to a question. Well, you're adventurers, are you not? You are just the heroes I hope the council might hire on my behalf. But please, there is a system in place for a reason. Come with me into the meeting and listen to my petition. If you are up for my task, I beg you to offer your services to the council. You might be my tribe's only hope.
Everyone cool with that?
Here's a stretch.
Hero stretch. Are you just like in it for like cracking people's skull open and
Just-
stuff?
If there's someone strong, I'll enjoy it more.
I mean, on a place called Hell Knight Hill, I'm pretty sure like something crazy is going on there.
Not so crazy that goblins need saving.
Yeah, goblins are like inventive and smart.
All right, let's get a move on. Wait, actually,
Can I ask her? Do we have to look any certain way during the? Do we have to look any certain way during the meeting? Like we gotta try and have some type of grace about us.
No, adventurers come in all shapes, sizes, forms, and dress attire. So you're not expected to have your finery on or anything.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hide.
please, there's a system in place for a reason. Come with me to the meeting.
All right, I'll go to the council then.
So why are you so set on the meeting? Is there like something special they're going to discuss?
Yeah. So this council meeting it's the monthly event called the Call for Heroes. So every month, adventurers come and the council hears the petitions from the townsfolk, and then the adventurers kind of bid on helping, things like that. So it's just the system they have. Again, the town guard don't do these things. They are strictly here to maintain a presence at the gate, and enforce the law in town. They'll investigate, happenings in town, but outside the gates, this society has been, so I don't know. It's been so ingrained that the mercenary company that used to be here would do this kind of work, and now they're gone, right? So this is their solution.
Oh yeah, did she tell us that, or is it like you telling us that?
You know that you wouldn't. That's what would have brought
Oh,
you to the town anyway. That's just pretty much the plot hook for the adventure on why you're even here.
Do we know why they left?
Yeah, they actually relocated to Varissia. I don't remember what town. I remember it in a pre-reading, but the mercenary company they got called to Varissia. They just re-headquartered. Sure, had to do more with money than anything else. They probably were not getting enough work here, to be honest.
Got tired of saving goblins.
Yeah, the Bramble Bashers get tongue twisted. They just saw an opportunity and moved in. And empty house, we're moving in.
All right, bet. We can help you.
It's great. Well, the council meeting's about to begin. Let's start filing inside. And with that, she kind of reaches for the door to see if it's open and pulls it open and lets herself in. With that, the 40 residents or so that were standing and milling about, they start to feed in too once they see somebody go in.
What was that again? I kind of like skipped like a little latency. Because the residents what?
You remember there were about 40 residents or so that were milling about outside when you approached, at Monument Circle there with the fountain. So once Warble let herself in, they all start following her. And approximately, as the last person comes in, you see some exasperated guardsmen come out and they're like, let everybody in. And they take their posts, and then you start hearing the bell tolling for noon right above you.
Okay.
Yeah, is entering. I think I might have a map. It's a really dumb map, but I have a map. Council chamber. This is what it's going to. I get you on the map. I don't have 40 tokens, but at least you could understand what you're viewing. You're coming in from the south, right down here. Oh, you may not see this yet, actually. Let me.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
No
I just
line
see a
of
bunch
sight lighting.
Oh, now I see something.
Here we go. Yeah. Without your tokens on there, you can't actually see anything. But I don't. This is just so you get more than just theater of the mind for this. So coming in the south entrance, and then you guys, the adventurers are going to be taking the pews probably right up over here somewhere, right? And the rest of the townsfolk seat themselves. And I could get you guys on a map if you want to take your seats. Let me go ahead.
Knowing that I'm a Minotaur, can I just sit in the back?
Yeah, exactly. I'll let you go where you
Definitely
guys want to go.
these seats are not fittable
give me-
for me.
Yeah, give me a second. When I get your tokens laid, and I got to unlock the map. All right, so tokens unlocked. The benches or pews or whatever these are 40 townsfolk are sitting in. It's expected that the adventurers take a front row seat. Totally up to you guys where you guys go. So, but as you come in, there are.
I'm gonna try and stand on Clesius's shoulder because I can't see if I just sit down.
Well, that's right. You're right. Yeah. All right, you see that the room is set up as an auditorium with a carpeted walkway separating several rows of benches into two sections. The carpet leads to a small set of steps and a raised dais. On the dais is a large desk separated into 5 parts, where the Breach Hill Town Council's 5 members are seated, talking quietly with one another as they wait for the meeting to start. On the desk, situated in front of each chair, are tarnished bronze plaques bearing the names of the council members. And I see we do have at least one player up front. So, Rosk, you're the one that could really read this compared to everybody else. And I will unlock that. Oh, I locked it. That's why. Here are the names on the plaques. And I'm going to copy and paste this into chat. I'll read them out loud. So, east to west, the names are Jorsk Hinterclaw, Melma Ann Senderi, Greta Gardania, Trini Sprizzlegig, and Quantino Passati. Melma, Greta, and Quintino are humans. Jorsk is a dwarf, and Trini is a gnome. Here we go. So, everybody's taking their seats. You guys are where you want to be. With a sharp rap from her gavel onto the desk, a stern, dark-haired woman with deeply furrowed forehead and kind eyes bring the assembled crowd to a hush. It is Greta Gardenia. Welcome, neighbors and friends, the dark-haired woman begins, her rich voice washing over the room, to the Breach Hill Town Council's monthly call for heroes. I am Council President Greta Gardenia, at your service. On behalf of my colleagues beside me, I promise you all that we will hear and consider today's petition with the utmost discretion and care. There is no existence without community, as our town charter says. She continues, today our agenda includes one petition. Miss Warble, our very own ambassador to the Rumble Brashers of Hell Knight Hill, requests the help of heroes for a matter of utmost importance. Let's hear what concerns her in her own words, shall we? Miss Warble, she gestures. At the summons, Warble emerges from the front row of benches, the well-dressed goblin woman making her way to the foot of the dais steps. She clears her throats and begins to address the council. Esteemed councilors, it has been more than a month since I've been able to contact the Rumble Brashers. I fear that something terrible has befallen them. What's more, I have seen my people's distress signal coming from the top of Citadel Elterin. Before the goblin can continue her petition, the door on the western side of the room flies open. A young man, his eyes wide with panic, runs in shouting and waving his ink-stained hands. Billowing black smoke and flames follow him into the room. Fire! Fire! Everyone flee! What do you guys do?
The fire started in the room.
Starting from outside, but someone has indeed
okay.
the hall is indeed on fire from outside the council's chambers. The western door is on fire, so I don't know if there's an... Yeah, so that's the door over here. So let me go ahead and put a fire token over there so that way you know that it's there. Where's a good fire token? Or just give me this. Is this going to work? Oh, yeah, that's funny. Let me actually put that down here in case this gets wild. Okay. So you guys see on the map now the... I'm going to reshare it. I don't know if everybody's looking at it. Share record.
Where is it? Oh, it's to the... I see it
That,
over there. It's to
that
the left.
western door over there. Yeah. So it is, in fact, on fire. 40 spectators are terrified. They scream, jump up from their benches, and try to jostle toward an exit road. As soon as the fire begins, the panicked spectators jump and knock over the benches in their hurry to escape, many of them falling over themselves in the process. The entirety of both sections of benches is difficult terrain. This is turning into an encounter. So, in the unfolding chaos of the fire, as dozens of frightened townsfolk begin to panic, a snickering little fire mephit slips through the chamber's western door. The smoldering elemental creature is a rudiment. Well, I almost read something you can't know. All right, let me add him to the encounter. And then what every GM loves to say, and that is roll for initiative. Let's see, add a combat tracker.
Can we see him right now?
Not yet. I think I've actually covered where he's at. So he's in there. Let me move him out of the fire. There we go. And you should see him now. Ish?
Yeah, I see him.
Okay.
He's right next to the fire.
Yeah. All right, guys. So everybody roll for initiative.
So I'm going to try to... When I roll for initiative for stealth, do I have to tell you that I'm avoiding notice every time?
No, I assume if I get a stealth check in the tower, that's what you're trying to do. But you can, I believe, on your character sheet in the activities tab, roll the avoid notice in the tower as well. And that'd be more clear that's what you're doing. But
I don't see it. I'm just gonna roll the stealth check.
okay. All right, and just got to make sure I have two things I want to make sure I remember correctly. So, okay. It's gonna do that.
Can you share the the map again? I actually closed it.
Mm-hmm. I'm coming.
Thank
Oh.
you.
Should mention this too. Everybody could test this if they want. Totally up to you. Close the map, and then on your character sheet, if you click on your portrait, it'll bring up that portrait window, and there's a little targeting reticle. If you click that, it'll open up your token on whatever map it's on.
Oh, didn't mean to move.
So. Yeah, some maps like this map we'll never use again, so you don't want to put it in your notes or your hotbar like you did with the Breach Hill map, but it's a good way to do that. Okay. Did I get 4 initiatives?
Yeah. I did mine in the dice tower. I don't know if I was supposed to do that.
You got Gears of a Stealth yet? Oh, you'll know. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're good. All right, Kara, you're actually leading us off. This is a Greg thing. So in Fantasy Grounds, this is the only rule set I do this. I am locking tokens. The reason being, Pathfinder 2 and Starfinder 2 has a very deliberate movement 5, especially on diagonals. So you go 5, 10, 5, 10 as you move diagonally. Fantasy Grounds will actually measure that for you. What you do is you drag your token and you start plotting waypoints through the map. And then when you're plotted, you say, all right, Greg, I want to approve this movement, and I will approve the movement. So right now I got 30 from Kira, and I'm going to prove that on a straight diagonal. It helps you. It really helps tactically if you're doing some sophisticated zigzagging around a map. Again, only rule sets I actually that usually I just play with an open map. But all right, cool. Well, that's one of your actions. You got 2 more.
Oh wait, how do we ping it? Do we just like when it's our
Oh,
turn?
yeah, pinging for my Foundry guys. So pinging is different. You actually have to hold down the space bar and then spam left click what you want to ping. Yeah, we'll learn some more. The reason being, there's more than one thing you do with a mouse. If you hold down the left and right mouse button of your mouse, you could actually draw arrows and get your distance, right?
Oh, I was going to ask about that. Oh,
yeah, you could hold down Shift and do left and right mouse button, and it'll draw the square. Control will be a circle. Right, you want to start those in corners, though, to get the proper radius, right? Otherwise, it'll be goofy. Right, and then you can move them. And then Alt is a big one. That's where you can do a cone. But like what people will do is they'll draw their cone first, place it, and then they'll move their token up to the front of that, right? Just that way they know that it's where they move to is going to be set the area of effect. Nothing stops you from pre-positioning anything on the map.
So Shift is to see like the line. Control.
Yeah. So if you left and right mouse click and drag your mouse without any keyboard, there's no keyboard. It's a straight line. Okay. You left and right mouse click again, it'll clear it. You only have one drawn at a time using this method.
I was gonna ask how to draw.
You do more, but you got to right click and do the pointers thing, and then you can start putting a bunch of crap down. But then you got to manually clear them all one at a time too. There's 2, or you have the quick method, which is just the mouse clicks. So you'll get the more you use them, the more you'll find what you prefer. All right, sorry, Kobold, we robbed you of 2 actions. So go ahead, continue on.
Trying to remember. Yeah, can I do another move action?
Yeah, every action can be used for movement.
Do that.
Another 30.
And then damn it. Can I go into Overwatch to shoot at this thing if it comes towards us?
Right, yeah, so, you want to use hold an action?
Yeah, ready action with a sling to shoot this method when it comes up.
I'm trying to remember. I think you have to declare it before you start using any actions. So I'm bringing it up right now. Ready? Ready. The ready activity it's an activity you have to set. Lets the acting person choose the trigger of their reaction. Need to continue reading this. Come on, you thing. Why can't I get the rest of this? I'm reading offline. Let me just get it up and could probably just pull it up. No. All right. Well, go ahead and you get ready. You get it ready. That'll be your reaction, though.
Oh, there's a little ready button, is there?
It's technically an activity, so that might be on your activities tab. We know. Oh, ready. This is it. This is why. No, you're good. Yeah, continue on.
Yeah, so just Yeah, just simply whenever that comes within 50 feet, hit it with a sling bullet. And that's it.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't take any. I'm just reading the ready. I think you can do it anytime. You set
Okay.
up a trigger. You set up your trigger, and as long as that'll be your reaction. But okay, and then go ahead and end your turn, and either in the combat tracker or in the carousel at the top. Totally up to you how you're doing it. Okay, Clesius, you're up, and you are kind of blocking everybody as they're trying to run out, and this building's on fire.
Oops. Also, is Morel locked onto my shoulder? Because I remember in the beginning.
Yeah.
You said they were,
I'm still on his shoulder.
Yeah. Is this your mount?
I guess so. Since I'm on his shoulder, does that like mess up anything, or should I just get off so we don't?
This campaign plays, so we get. I'm good with you. If you did say that you were sitting on his shoulder, so
Okay.
looks like you're moving with me then.
because you're small, right?
Yeah, I'm tiny.
And then actually, Morel, Clesius should be bigger, right? You're
I'm huge.
Yeah, let me set up the space on you. Is your space 5x5 or 10x10? Do you know?
I think usually it's 10x10.
Yeah, I gotta set you.
I don't know what a tiny character space thing is.
Most are 5x5. There you go. That's your actual. And then
Like I know how far I can reach, but I don't know like how much space I would take up. I know it's less than.
Don't you have to like be literally in their square for that?
Yeah, I have to be in that square to hit somebody, but I don't know how like.
we'll leave your token that size. It'll be too hard to manage if I shrink it.
Yeah. All right. So I can move 30 feet.
Yeah, so it'll feel weird the first time you do this, but you could do like 10. Yeah, you do. Clear that. Left click your token and drag it, and then release it when you get 30 feet. Right. So now you're at 30, and you'll say, "Greg, approve it," and I'll approve it, and I'll pull the moral with you. But I want to keep showing you. I do want to continue to do more movement.
Yeah, because I can't really do.
Do me a favor, just so we put you back. Go 10 feet up, release it, and then grab your token again, and go 20 feet to the left. You'll see what I mean by making waypoints. Now drag it again to the left, and release it.
By 20?
Sure. Yeah. Just. Yep. And then do another.
Yeah.
Then do another 10 feet. Go in a different direction. And then, okay, so we'll say that's your movement. Well, I'm going to put you back, or you can tell me you're good there. I approve it.
I'm good right there.
And it follows that.
Okay.
Now, do you want to be there, or do you want me to put you back?
I can be right there. I was gonna go right here anyways.
Okay. You still got one more action.
I got another 30 feet in me. That's all my actions then.
Okay. Then either in the combat tracker or in the carousel at the top, and your turn. Perfect.
Okay.
I actually should have just threw you.
Jeez.
Can't even throw me for
Are you using his antler as like a tripod?
If you let me do that, that'd be so cool. Like, but I can't. I don't need to do it. I should have got. Oh, make sure I pick that thing. That is cool. I'm gonna like use his like head to try and line up the shot to aim at the Ifrit. Is it good enough range? Yeah, it is.
Right, yeah. I mean, So what you do to target in fans, there's two ways to do it. I'm going to walk you through a longer method, but more sure method, and then I'll show you how to do the faster method. So holding control on your keyboard, left click the target you want to aim at. Okay. On the map, you can see that you are 35 feet away from the target. I'm assuming that's within range. Yeah. Now you just untargeted them now.
Oh, I can't see that I targeted him. Am I supposed to see?
Yeah, so hover over your token with your mouse.
Oh, okay.
You see it's drawn a line to them. And this is good to know too if you have multi-targeting going as well, who you're targeting, because sometimes you click an ally and then it'll roll dice for every target you have. So sometimes it'll be like, why did it roll 2 dice? Well, you target yourself too, right? So you'll learn your lesson after you do it, I'm sure. So now you have them targeted, and you're on map 1. So character sheet on the action tab. Or if you set up your hotbar, however you have it, but if you're gonna start rolling attacks, now's your time.
All right. Oh, I think my proficiency is too low, but it's whatever. It's at 3. I thought it'd be at 5.
Let me see. Bringing it up. What are we looking at?
It's for the gel. I don't even know how to say it. They just look cool. The gel.
Yeah.
My efficiency is +3, but I thought it was +5 since I'm an expert.
Oh, it's got you as trained, and you are now set to expert.
Oh, that's easy. Okay, let's go. So I'm hitting that Ifrit. Did it roll?
No, you gotta double click that +9 or pick up that +9 and roll it.
That's like throw it when I pick it up.
Yep, should just.
Dude.
Yep.
That's why I just dropped it.
Yep, wherever you release it. So you hit. You see Fantasy Grounds log to hit. You don't got to do anything other than roll the damage next. So you can double click the damage or pick it up and roll it.
Ooh.
Cool.
When it says he's wounded, is that like an actual Pathfinder effect, or is it just telling me how much he got hurt?
Yeah, it tells you how much. It's a Fantasy Grounds thing. It tells you that he's wounded, and it'll get progressively worse. You can also decipher in the carousel. You see how he's yellowish now, with the little pip in the bottom right.
Oh, I just realized I don't see the combat carousel. Like I see us at the top, but I don't see him.
Okay, if you're looking at the top, to the bottom left of Kira, hit the button that says switch to combat tabletop.
Oh. All right.
Otherwise you have to have the combat tracker open. But all right, so that gives you a general idea. I won't tell you if somebody's about to die. If it goes green, yellow, red. That's about all you're gonna know.
All right. So I just shot him. After doing that, I'm gonna use thoughtful reload. It lets me recall knowledge and reload at the same time.
Yeah, cool. All right, so this guy is drawing a blank. Elemental is a recall knowledge religion. I'm looking it up. Blah. Oof. Well, didn't matter what it is. You don't know. Elemental. Oh, elemental would have been Arcana or Nature. I mean, you still rolled a 2.
Why have Arcana?
Well.
Oh yeah.
But whatever the bonus to a 2 would have been, so it didn't. It's kind of a moot point.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. No.
Well, now that I reloaded, I'm just gonna shoot him again.
Okay.
There's Sorry, it's like getting used to doing it.
Yeah. No.
This is my map. Did I pull from map correctly? I'm just gonna put it down here.
You got a miss.
Missed. All right, well that's my turn. How do I end it? Do I just click the arrow?
Yeah, at the far right of the
It's
carousel.
next actor.
All right.
Cool. All right, Ross. Yep. Approving movement. Sorry, I wasn't watching. All right, just watching for a chat. See what you got. I don't know if you're gonna cast maybe electric arc or
What is it? Wait, say that again.
Yeah, so if you do control and you target the enemy, control and left click, and then hover over your token, it'll show who you're targeting and the distance, how far away you are of that target. And that might determine if you have to move again or are at a range that you're comfortable with. No, you have. Well, yeah, you targeted the actual fire itself as well. So, but anyway, you're 40 feet from the mephit and 45 feet away from the fire. I'll use Rousing Splash on Ecclesias since none of the spells can reach. So, clear your targets. You could in the top in the map of Fantasy Grounds, there's a clear targets button. It's next to the little waving flag, between the flag and the. I don't know what else. There you go. Target Ecclesias. And this might be moot, but let's see. You're going to use Rousing Splash. Let's see. And it has no activation button, so. Oh, it does. So click the little gear next to Rousing Splash on your Actions tab, and it'll expand, and there'll be a green box with a white Health Plus button. That'll apply the effect to Ecclesias then, since you haven't targeted. There you go. Ecclesias, you should now have 3 temporary hit points on your character sheet. They're definitely in the combat tracker. I'm not even looking, but I know they're there because the chat says it is. Let's check out the combat tracker, Ecclesias. You have 3 temporary hit points.
Right now, there's still a bunch of people running out, like screaming for their lives while we
Yes.
try to find methods.
Yep. And there's only the one exit, and people are trying to get out of here. Okay. All right, the fire starts to spread.
Oh, that's cool. I can talk in the languages like that.
And that's all I got. The mephit. All right, he's a little bastard. So what am I going to do? I know what the book says. Oh, I don't know if you guys care. And maybe you will later. On the map in Fantasy Grounds, and the top menu of that map is a camera, like an old camcorder. If you click that, you kind of go into this 2.2D mode.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it'll be cooler when I start flying up and down the actual 3-dimensional space that way.
Hey, how am I supposed to drag? Oh, I see. I can use Wasted.
But yeah, I only bring it up because I'm thinking about going somewhere. But nah, this is too early. So He has a movement of. Okay, what was his movement?
How do I rotate it?
Oh, use middle mouse.
Yeah, middle mouse or the
that's good.
WSAD.
Yeah,
He's
there
only
you
got
go.
20 moves, so I got to move. That's two actions to get to Clesius, and he's going to just attack. So single action biting you, Clesius. I hit. And let's see if I clear off some of those temps and more. No, I do exactly enough to clear those temporaries. Man, that was a D6 and a D4. I only did 3.
When do I get to react, by the way?
Oh, you get to react now. Yeah, call it. Totally forgot about you. All right, you hit. Okay. That's it for the Fire Mephit's turn. I think you're up. Round 2.
Sorry, I'll just fire at it then 3 times.
There you go. Yeah. You hit. Oof. All right, big damage. All right, and swinging for the fences, map 3.
Ooh. I got that 19.
Wow. All right, Gold. I think that's it.
That's me, right?
Teed you up. He's right on you.
Control. Wait, it's control. Left click, right?
It is. Now I did get too close, but all right. So that was the method to point and click. There's a faster method, and I'll walk you through that now. It might be preferable, it may not. But you could actually pick up the attack die, hold the die, and release it on your target. It's very good for round 1. It's a much faster method once you get picked up, but it's only good for a 1-to-1 type of combat.
Are you gonna just like smack him with your maul? Because I think I can aid if you're attacking him.
Yeah, if you grab your first attack and you're holding the dice in your hand, your proverbial virtual hand, release the dice on the Mephit.
Oh, that's cool.
So you don't have to target them. You hit. Same deal with the damage. You do have to drag the damage and release it on the target if you're not targeting him. That probably.
Oh, he's dead.
Level 1 mauls. Splat. Go away.
Okay.
There you go. Okay, I'm unlocking tokens. You guys still have a fire problem. You have to contend with.
So if I'm able to get close to it, can I do a strength check to kind of just like brute force my way to put it out?
You could certainly try.
Wait. Oh, you unlocked the tokens.
Yeah, you're welcome
So I
to
can
move
just.
on.
Okay.
But it's kind of need to know what you guys are doing, though.
Yeah, I guess I'll help like lead people out if they're still screaming because I can't really, I can't put out a
You're gonna
fire.
start getting them out. All right, you can help 2 spectators at a time out of the room. It requires. It's technically a 3 action item. I'm not. I mean, with 40 spectators, I'm not keeping us in a combat round to do that.
So could I do a athletics check for the brute force to fire?
Oh yeah, let's do that. Let me set it at. So DC is set.
All right.
Okay. Got one out.
And then I'll just Cobalt, do you want to do the other one, or do you want me to just roll it and see what happens? If I miss, you can go.
So you've had your turn. It'd be kobolds now.
Yeah.
Okay, so athletics then.
Yeah, if you want to try to snuff this thing out. I really kind of saw Clesius blowing it out like a candle, but
It's like 2 times the size of fire, bro.
all right, failure. So you spread the fire.
What?
What? Oh, okay. It's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
So we got some of you guys are escorting people out. Oh, wait a minute. Morel, were you
I
still
can
on
do
the
a check
shoulder?
for that.
Not to help other people out. It doesn't. It just takes time.
All right.
Are you sure you want to do that? They might squish you. You're like 1 foot tall.
Yeah, I can't fly either. I'm just kind of like yelling really loud and showing the way out.
You guys is going to keep trying to put the fires out and keep escorting.
Robbie, I think it's your turn next.
Oh, my turn? Giving me a turn. We got more fire.
Yeah, we have 2 fires now.
No, now we got 3. That was just the failure of snuffing it out was causing more fire.
Let's see if I got something. No
No.
survival, no nature.
Another fire.
Can talk to fire.
Yo.
Spreading quick now.
Okay, so I guess I'll do an athletics again. And try to put it out.
Well, you got one put out. Oh, there we go. Am I able to just use a rousing splash on the fire? Yeah.
That's what
Well,
I said.
you could definitely attempt to use a rousing flash on a fire. What is? Let's see what it says though. As far as shoot, why did I put Rosk? Sorry, Rosk. I thought you were writing. But that's Morel. Or is Morel helping everybody out? I'm sorry. Yes, that's moving your tokens. I shouldn't have touched them. All right, rousing. I got to read to see what the area is, and then we can certainly do it. Range 60 feet. Okay, splash of cold water. All right, you go ahead and give it a shot. You gonna do that? All right, purple. All right, so Rousing Splash hits the flames, but it is not enough to put it out. You probably, you guys all, you can do a recall knowledge or check. Say for every 5 feet of fire, you need 10 feet of water to put the fire out. So A splash is not enough volume of water. But yours does not make it spread. That's the good news. That failure.
Okay, good.
All right. I
Is
think
there
it's
like some way for me to go out and like ask people if they, and like if there's some type of fire marshal or something? Because I can't really, I don't have anything to do here besides try and talk to anyone.
yeah.
See if
The
people
town guards are at the door. You want to ask them?
Yeah, if they can bring some water.
It's like, well, the water fountains are right outside here. What do you think we should do?
Get
What
some
you should
buckets and
do?
help us. Yeah, I was gonna say, get some buckets and help us pour down on this fire.
Oh, bucket brigade. Great idea. And the other guy
Low
muttered.
IQ
I was
guards.
afraid he was going to tell us to go fetch the hose. I don't know why this certainly wants to test you if you remember that you were introduced to the fountains or not. I don't. It's very very specific on you guys remembering that. I would think out of the 40 people in there, one of them would have said, "I should go get some water."
Everybody too busy trying to run out.
Yeah. Okay, so are you gonna organize a fire brigade then? Is that gonna be your action then?
Yep.
Okay. All right, probably about my turn again, so I'm spreading another fire. All right, back at the top, you guys, your turn, and then the fire brigade. I'll give you how this is going to work. All right, so nothing mechanical about it then. So it's been 3 turns, so that means 6 people have gotten out plus the 2 guards, so that's 8. All right, so every other round, we're gonna have people bringing in the water, but every round 2 more people get out. So this could be. We'll see how fast this goes now. All right, guys, your guys' round.
All right, go ahead, Cobalt. I think it's you.
Is the black square around the people we hover over, like their reach?
You said black square?
Yeah, like.
Oh yeah, if you're over your token, that's your reach. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Right,
my
I'm gonna
reach.
try another athletics.
Dang.
All right. Oh,
It was.
you know what? Before I get really nasty about it, everybody's got 2 hero points now. You should have started with 1. I forgot to even talk about this. You started 1. We've already been playing for over an hour, so you should have got another one. I like to award them every hour or for a major award. So, do you want to? I say it to say you failed, but don't want to be stingy on those hero points. Can't take them with you after the session.
Oh, so I can blow a hero point to re-roll?
Yeah, if you'd like. Don't want to force you to, but you could.
All right.
Cool. You got one. And double click your hero point on your character sheet. It'll deduct it by 1. Perfect. All right. What else?
All right, I'm gonna do an athletics check.
Cool. Got that one out right next to you. All right. Next. Got nothing else. We have a fire brigade coming in. They will have enough. They will have enough to put 1 out. However, it's my turn. Then I get to create one. So I'm not going to delete this. This one. I'll just move. This one here went out, and then this one over here started up.
Okay. So Brian fire you.
Then 2 more people get out.
Is a fire like a magic fire, or is it just fire like normal fire?
It's normal fire. It's spreading. So it just takes 10 feet. I don't know why they're measuring it in feet, but 10 feet of water to put out 5 feet of token fire.
No, I can do about that. Can I like aid somebody on the next check to try and get rid of the fire?
Yeah.
I'm like giving them an encouraging word, I guess. Is there somewhere to roll for that? Is it like under activities?
Yeah, so you have to be skilled in what you're going to aid them in, right?
I'm using athletics for it. Dang, so I can't help.
Well, you don't have. I don't know if that the word isn't. I'm being. If you fail, you affect them. So being untrained, people are generally.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I only have +0 to string. Yeah, it's probably best I don't then. Oh, I guess I'll just sit here and keep like helping people out.
Okay, you just get more. That's 2 more people to get up. Okay, Clesius and Kira.
What? Another skill check?
We got 2. So we got 2 fires. Right now, the townsfolk are at the capacity to put 1 out at a round with the fire brigade. So with 2 going, there's always a positive. Here's if you haven't picked up the mechanics. If there's 1 fire, it spreads to a new fire. So if you guys fail a check 2, it could also make more. But
I'll give it a... Just for a bit out of turn sequence then. It's on Clesius' turn.
Oh, you cut out on my side.
success. That puts 1 out.
Let's go.
So we should be good with this fire bucket then. Unless you want to attempt to put it out yourself. Clesius. The risk is if you fail, you're making another fire.
I never fail.
Nice.
Please don't fail.
Yeah. We get through it. Delete that token. All right, so more townsfolk come to the buckets. See, they got nothing to put out, so they douse the wall and the door to ensure that there's no more embers. All right. So once you've helped the spectators escape and douse the fire, or if you had fled the building, which you didn't, you end up outside the town hall with the harried survivors of the ordeal. After a moment, the stained counselors emerge from the crowd, and Greta Gardenia whistles loudly to get the scared crowd's attention. Greta Gardenia looks around, hugging some of the townspeople next to her, while others warily clap her on the back in thanks for their lives. She says, "What manner of madness just happened? This can be no accident. Did anyone see anything?" One of the guards, who was stationed outside before the fire began, raises his hand, then his voice. The clerk saw everything. It was Kelmot, that cad of a bookseller's apprentice. He lit the fires in the halls next to the chamber. He also set that fire monster loose on the crowd. The second guard shouts his assent. Indeed. And witnesses outside the building saw him run toward Hell Knight Hill. A surprised and worried wave ripples through the crowd at this information, including Warble, with voice. The Citadel, my Brumble Brashers. Greta raises her hand authoritatively, and the crowd begins to calm. Friends, We'll get to the bottom of this, but we can't do it alone. You are the heroes in attendance today. Heroes, are you willing to investigate Hell Knight's Hill? Over to you. I got no more
Heck
text.
yes.
Oh yeah, I'll do it.
Sure, I guess.
I want to figure out why he tried to burn this place down, and I want to learn how he summoned a method.
I don't think we have the time for that. We really have to get to the Bramble bunch before they get murdered.
Oh yeah, I'm still gonna go over there. I want to ask him personally, and he ran to Hell Knight Hill.
Right. I mean, that's where they saw Kelmont running off to, was to Hell Knight Hill. At the Citadel at Hell Knight Hill is where the Bramble Bashers are. So it's kind of a twofer. You guys are down though?
Yep.
Okay. So Greta and the other counselors are eager to hire you, both to represent the Bramble Bashers and to get this guy that went running off. Kelmont. Let me type them out so you guys have them in your notes. Kelmont is the arsonist. Kelmont. He is the bookseller's apprentice. And town hall arson. Oh man, I was going arsonist. Okay. Greta thanks you profusely, and just for saving and putting out the fire and getting everybody out. I have to bequeath upon you 2 minor healing potions to help you or you might face in Hell Knight Hill. The townsfolk did put out some of the water, so you didn't do it entirely on your own. All right. She says, for doing this work, for going up to the Citadel, checking on the Bramble Bashers, and getting the villainous Kelmont, I offer you each 10 gold apiece as reward. Will this suffice?
10 gold apiece.
Before or after taxes?
After taxes.
Oh.
And we got some diplomacy.
I could try. A little charismatic.
How much do you have, Roby? Oh.
Oh, for me, I like. I think I only have +2 because just for my charisma, I'm not really trained to being diplomatic.
So if Roby does a diplomacy check to try to, get a little bit more gold, what would he be able to do that?
Yeah, I've got TC is set for that.
Okay, he has the DC set.
Nope.
You want to hero point that, Robert, or just say screw it? Yeah, doesn't matter then.
Play up to you.
Yeah, we're chilling.
Oh, Roby's got no hero point?
No,
Who's
he doesn't
here?
want to use it.
He doesn't want to use it for it.
Oh, he doesn't want to use the hero point. I see.
My character doesn't really have a good concept of money for the most part. So, 10 gold sounds great.
Okay, 10 gold it is then. If you guys want to discuss in the party sheet, I've had 2 healing potions. If you take anything out of the party sheet and put it in your character's inventory tab, everybody will see that you did that. So there's no sneaking it out of there. Do you guys want to discuss distributing those healing potions now? If you leave them here and treat the party sheet like a bag of holding, they will not be available to you in combat. That's the way I roll. So two healing potion lessers to distribute.
So what have we got? What are our classes again? Is it druid, cleric,
Fighter.
fighter?
And gunslinger.
Yeah, I think gunslinger and the fighter should have the potion then, in case either the druid or the cleric go down.
Sounds good. So how do I like go about looking at like I have that? Do I just look at my character sheet and put it in there for me?
Yeah, you could do. If you want to watch the stream real quick on Fantasy Grounds, I'll walk you through it. So what you do, close this map, is on the party sheet. That's the 3 silhouetted, and you go down on the right side. There's an inventory tab, and then on your character sheet, I think that I'm starting to recognize voices. Ecclesius, right?
Oh no, I was I forgot his name.
Moral. Okay. On Moral's sheet, you go to your inventory tab. So they have the inventory and inventory side by side. And what you do is you grab the bag, the hyperlink, and you'll drag it and then release it into your inventory. By just doing it once, it'll grab one of the quantity when you do that.
All right. So here, party sheet, inventory, drag to the wrong place, and drag. I don't see it. And drag.
There you go.
Oh, drag the whole thing. There we go.
Yep. Then the chat, everybody will see that you've taken it. And Ecclesius as well. Perfect. Okay. There we go. All right, so you guys got a mission. You got to get a payment if you complete it. Do you think you guys need to do any prep, or it's noon? It's probably maybe like 12:30, 1 o'clock by now, right? So still time of the day.
All right. I don't know. I guess like since we're just here, I have my. I guess I'll make my bombs and stuff, but I don't really know what I'll need. All I have like that I could have on me right now would be. Look at my page. It's everything. Maybe since he's magic, I guess I'll take one of the vaping, not vaping, vexing vapor bombs, and then a dwarven daisy bomb. I think I can make like 5 things. And I guess just one of the steel scour ones too. I don't think I'll need elements and ammunition for this. So to drag that over, do I just like... I forgot what you said, how to pick up items.
Yeah, so in the items on the sidebar, you gotta check and see if they're there. So Daisy, I wonder what they're. This would be in the guns and gear if it exists, I'm assuming. Right?
Yeah. Where'd I even look to find bombs and stuff? Oh, I can just look it up from here.
Morale. Lethal ammunition. Vaccine vape.
Vaccine vapor.
Oh, let me see something. I have the alchemy. That's the alchemist. Let's see if it's in there or not.
So, just to double check, we're meant to be streaming on Twitch, are we?
Yeah, I hope so.
Did you check that it is actually streaming on Twitch?
I did when we were on break.
Oh, I think it is. I think some guy just commented. A
Yeah,
little Roblox guy there.
Yeah, I closed it when we were on break. I'm just monitoring through the Talk Studio right now, but it's telling me I'm connected. Here, copy. Sharing it here. This should be our link on the Twitch. I hit this alchemist module that I have to load it to see if these are in there for us, and it's sucking the life out of my computer right now. Don't know.
I hope it doesn't crash.
I don't know. It's good. Okay, I just got done. All right, let's see.
It's Vexing Vapor. None of them have bottom of the name. Vexing Vapor, Steel Scour, and a Dwarven Daisy.
Yeah, they're not in. I was hoping there was a 1-to-1 alchemist thing for it. Daisy.
I think they're all like.
I have a Dwarven Daisy Lesser. That one I have. I can add that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let me add that. It's going to come in as a spell in your actions, though.
Okay.
So I started doing that with your elemental ammunition as well. All right, so you have a Dwarven Daisy.
And then if that's the only thing I can get, I'll just get. Wait, how heavy is it? Okay, I'm small. Let's see. I was just gonna make like more of those, but. Yeah, I guess I'll just make those. I'll make at least 3 of them.
Okay, you'll have to count the quantity manually because this just gets loaded on your sheet as a spell. So there's no way to.
Okay.
So you don't really tick it off.
I thought it was like a like how the advancing casting works, where like it just disappears after I use it.
Yeah, it should if you put it in your inventory, but yeah, it should work like ammunition, but it's just this that mod that I have to get these alchemical things in there come in as either items or as spells. Dwarven Daisy they have programmed as a spell, so you have to do pen and paper tracking it every day.
Okay. They go away like per day, so it's alright. They're from like an advanced alchemy thing.
I gotcha.
Where would I see it?
On your actions tab, scroll all the way to the bottom. There's this
I see it now.
section,
Thanks.
yeah.
All right, yeah, I just have 3 of those. I'm just gonna take it down in my head. I don't know what else I do.
Okay. Anybody else? Any preparation for anybody else? We are nearing our 3-hour mark. We're scheduled to go no more than 3.5 hours. Do you guys want to start the next chapter, or do you want to just pin it here and then start fresh at head into the Hell Knight Hill?
It's getting kind of late my time zone, so stopping here and then opening fresh is kind of not a bad pick.
Yeah.
And I'll just kind of, and we'll talk after when I end the stream. We could talk some more about this, but before we decide, we're at chapter 1 of 4 complete, and we have 4 scheduled sessions, so it kind of puts it in perspective, maybe. This probably being the shortest chapter, obviously, because there wasn't much to it. But
Okay, so
we finished the first one.
I'm sorry.
Did we finish the first one?
First chapter. So this AP has 4 chapters, so that means and I scheduled this for 4 sessions for this book. Doesn't mean we might need a 5th or maybe even a 6th, depending if something really gets slow. But and I do plan on running the entire series, so that way you're going to run level 1 to 20 if we stick with this.
Also, I have a question about the Chronicle. So, are we putting the character we want the XP to go to on that one?
You do, yeah. So if this level 1 character might be the facsimile copy of the one you want to apply it to, but you apply it to a Pathfinder Society character. These characters are no longer Pathfinder Society legal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
But yeah, you apply it to any character you want that is registered on the Paizo organized play site. We could talk about this after the stream too, but yeah, this is sanctioned. But each book you have to play all 4 chapters from each book, and then each book awards a chronicle. So the potential of 5 or 6, however many APs are in this.
All right. Yeah, so I'm fine stopping here.
Yeah, I'm already stopping here.
Okay.
I like the token vision thing.
Yeah, it's neat. Well, there's animated tokens too. So if you guys want to get more deep on that, we could find some cool tokens. All right, then let me put the outro on. It's going to silence us for like a minute, and then after that, stick around, and then we'll just use this space to talk it out. So, anybody that watched, appreciate it. Thanks for sticking with us. I know it's been 1 or 2 people, but also these videos will be on YouTube on a playlist for Hell Knight Hill, or actually Age of Ashes campaign is the playlist. So,
How long is Age of Ashes overall?
I'm sorry.
How long is Age of Ashes overall?
I think it's 6 APs. I'll look it up after this outro. Let me kick the outro off. We're going to be muted for 1 minute, and then we'll just talk more about it. So,
all right.
Kicking it off. 1 second.